hello, good afternoon, and happy Halloween, happy Samhain. And today is a special day. It is Halloween, and the veil between the physical and the 5D is the thinnest, so we can actually set the intention to make contact with our loved ones that have passed over. So we're able to connect with our ancestors. And so this is a time to set the intention and to connect with our loved ones that are on the other side. And Casey, how are you, step bro? So I'm a wolf tonight. So this is, I kind of look like Tina Turner a little bit. Fred, how are you? So I wanted to hop on and I wanted to pull a card for us collectively because it is a special day. It is about releasing the full moon. This is a wolf hat, okay? So I'm a wolf today. So we are gonna pull a card tonight, a collective card reading with Isis, because she is one of my favorite goddesses. I absolutely love her. And but it's a full moon, it's Samhain, it's special, and the full moon is all about releasing. And so whatever is not serving us our highest good, whatever habit, whatever way of being, whatever relationship, today is a good day to write it down and just to c'est la vie once and for all. And we can do this. Hey Anthony, how are you? So we can do this by writing it down, and then fire is super transformational. We can throw it in there and just know that it's transmuted. We can call on our ancestors and ask for help. And so we can have support from our ancestors and our loved ones. So we can call on them, our angels, God, Jesus, whoever it is you resonate deep in your heart with. Call on, help for release. It's also good, I've got a lucky flame candle that I will be lighting tonight. It's for my success, it's for luck, it's for prosperity, it's green. So, and then I'm also going to be lighting this one for the Sacred Heart, because our home is where our heart is, just leading me to what that is, whether it be a relationship, whether it be my absolute soul purpose, which I am taking actions every day towards, but this is just to have it there. And yes, happy Halloween, Christopher. So this is it, man. I'm lighting these two candles tonight. I'm gonna let it burn overnight. I'm gonna call in my angels. I'm gonna call in my spirit guides. I'm gonna call in my loved ones that have passed over, the liberated lion, my brother. So that's what I've got going on tonight. But I wanted to do a collective card pull. So this is what we're gonna go over tonight. So I'm gonna set my incense, and we're gonna call, and we're gonna set it for connection, for fun. We gotta be playful, guys. We gotta have fun in life, not take life too serious, and enjoy it. Okay, so we're our own worst critic. We're the hardest on ourselves. If we just go into everything that we desire, just, you know, just trying it out, having fun, having the intention to have fun, and not taking it so serious, then it's great. Anya, my dear love, how are you? I'm pulling a card for us from the Isis deck because I love Isis. And so we're just setting the intention for a reading, like a collective card reading. What's in store on this beautiful evening, Halloween, Samhain. The veils are thin. It's a beautiful time. It is, you know, the blue moon tonight is, I think I read somewhere, it's been like 75 years since the last one, so it's a pretty big deal. Hey Edward, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. So we're gonna see what our spirit guides and what the universe wants us to know tonight through these cards. So we're going to give it one more shuffle here, and then I'm going to read it from the book. Okay, actually, I'm going to do one more shuffle. That feels right. So I hope everyone's having a wonderful Halloween so far. It's a beautiful time. I wish I could dress up every night. I actually like this, and I might just do it. It doesn't have to be Halloween, right? So my phone is getting low. I'm going to charge it really quick. So we'll do this. Okay. So I'm pulling the card here. Let's see. The goddess of 10,000 names, Isis. Endless emanations of the priestess. So this is our card that we got. Thank you, Anya. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. Like, get some hats or something and dress up every night. But the goddess of 10,000 names. Let's see what's in store here for us. Goddess. All right. We're almost there. Okay. So, Isis, with many names, forms, associations, and expressions, is referred to as the goddess of 10,000 names. A name holds power. It defines and energizes or limits. The names, faces, and roles that you play are just one part of your being, yet you exist beyond them. Beloved initiate, as a vast being, you are currently realizing that you are not limited by previous identities you held. Instead, you are becoming more of your whole self. Enjoy the uncovering of even more of you. This is the night. So before I get into it, I wanted to share too, what is it? It's a powerful night for manifesting. It's a full moon. We can release ways of being, habits, but most importantly, who is it we want to become? What are those traits? What can we embody now that person has? Whether it be someone that you look up to, a role model, or someone that does something that you want to do. What are those traits? And how can you embody that right now? And whatever it is that's holding you back, throw that shit in the fire. Write it down. Breathe into it. Breathe in that energy. For me, it was self-doubt for a long time, and it still comes up. It never goes away. But now I just learn to feel it and do it anyway. It's do I want to listen to that voice, or do I want to listen to the voice that tells me, no, that is fun. That I want to embody. Freedom, wellness, confidence, and my voice. I just want to share it. So I don't listen to that voice, and I just, I follow my heart, and I step into it, and I allow the divine to carry me. So it catches me every time I say yes, So just like the Lady Isis, you are multifaceted, multidimensional being. It is most helpful at this phase in your path that you learn not to attach to roles or identities that may have once held great importance for you or others relating to you. It does not mean that you must cease to relate to that name or role, more that you are realizing it is only a part of you and there is even more of you wishing to express itself now. The roles you are needing to move beyond might be mother. Those are both that mother, executive, healer, good person, strong person, always in control, daughter, teacher or guru, grandmother, and so on. There is nothing wrong with these roles, and you may still express part of your vast self through such roles, but you are at a significant point in your inner development where you are learning that these are not who you are, but simply expressions of the eternal, endless self, uncontainable by any human descriptions. It can be tricky to avoid getting stuck in roles that others prescribe for you or expect of you, and that your self-definition will become wider and your experience of yourself will be more real and fulfilling if you are open to discovering more of you, beyond the person you have considered yourself to be up until now. For this to happen, you must be willing to allow the many and varied faces of your being, your 10,000 names, to begin to emerge in your awareness, to realize that you are more than you currently imagine yourself to be. This opens up tremendous freedom of choice and possibility in life. This can be both exhilarating and terrifying. Trust that the self is, in essence, divine love, and there is great joy in its unfoldment. Even if there are challenges to let go of the fears that have held us trapped in certain roles and identities at times. The call to let go of old identity is very strong, leading you to this oracle at this time, when a new, more whole, fulfilling, and truthful sense of identity awaits you. Any fear or struggle that you go through to allow this to happen, beloved, will be spiritually repaid to you, multiplied in so many ways. There is nothing to lose except old limitations, and so much wonder and joy to be gained. This oracle also indicates that there is a spiritual name waiting for you on the inner planes. The name may come from various spiritual traditions as a name of a deity or sacred mantra, or it could be an actual name that you can sound out and use in meditation or sacred temple activities with spiritual groups. That name may also simply be a note, an inner awareness of a sound, and it can be sourced by going into your heart, almost felt more than heard or spoken. This spiritual name is coming to you to help you deepen your connection with yourself. Like any other identity, it is just a representation for a time. You do not need to pack up your old life in search of an entirely new one unless your heart deeply guides you with peace and neutrality. That this is what is needed for your spiritual growth. More often than not, what this spiritual name offers you is a chance to begin to loosen your grip on your old identity. Not throw it away completely and sense yourself in a more expanded light. Whether you consciously and easily receive your spiritual name in meditation or dream state, or through a healing or conversation with another initiate, or whether it remains a mystery, trust that it is in your heart, calling you to recognize more of your true self. If you already have a spiritual name, this oracle is guidance to not become too attached to that identity either. Names are ways of knowing a being, but they are not the being. This can be hard for us to take on board in a culture that loves to label and therefore understand everything. For the initiate, however, accepting mystery is part of the spiritual journey into the divine self. Hey Mark, how are you? And so, if you have felt constrained by a role, name, or identity, and are wishing for assistance in growing beyond it, or if you have sensed a new role or identity calling you into greater expression and would love some divine help in that growth, this oracle indicates the help you need is already with you, urging your growth from within. So that's it. Ask for help. If there's, for me, the roles I've had to let go of, or the identities are, I'm still a mother. I'll always be a mother. But it's something that's changed the whole dynamic of how my kids have always seen me and what they've expected of me as a mother to look like. And then, executive, I'm not that anymore, leaving the corporate world. So a lot of things have changed, and it's so interesting after I've made this whole transition is how unstable, like this fear, this, like it said, terrifying here. That's a great word for it. It's like everything was just uprooted and changed. And it was like, holy shit, yes, it was overwhelm, anxiety, And then I just breathed into it, you know. I just started remembering my heart, and this was my dream, and it was actually here. And if anything, I should have been in gratitude that it all happened and it came. And so I was like, wow, this is my dream I've been dreaming into for a couple of years now that I didn't think would happen until 6 years when my kids were out of school. But with my layoff and, you know, with all these shifts and loss and everything happening, it was just on my heart that now is the time to do it. And so here I am in this new chapter, and it feels amazing. But I've been in the dream. I've woken up every morning. I've done my meditation. I've done my affirmations. I do my journaling. And I get into that emotion, that feeling, instead of feeding into the fear. So it's always that choice that we make. And I was living in that fear because I wasn't in my dream. I was back and forth to my mom's house. I was in an Airbnb, and then I'd be here for a little bit, moving some things in. Okay, Wayne. I love you, brother. I hope you're doing amazing. And so, but yeah, so that's it, man. We just have to release the things that no longer serve us. And it's hard when we've known ourselves to be a certain way, and our families known us to be a certain way. So it changes really hard, but it's liberating, because when we're able to flow and to be able to say yes to our heart's desires, there's just a feeling of liberation that you just can't explain. And so, but you got to believe in the dream, believe that it's unfolding, and stay in that dream. So, there's a ritual here. It says, rest quietly in a space where you will not be disturbed, and close your eyes. Follow your breathing into your heart space and be aware of that vast space. Say, I open to receive an unconditional love, the spiritual name that will help me this day as I grow into conscious realization of more of my vast divine self. Be in your heart and imagine that through the vastness of that inner space, light and sound is weaving towards you in a unique pattern of color, movement, and geometry. You may hear, sense, feel, or perceive a name, sound, or pattern, or it may be happening beneath the level of your conscious awareness, which is fine too. Just let it come to you as obviously or subtly as it wishes. Yeah, so whatever does or does not happen, obviously, is perfect. So once you're fully connected with your heart, say thank you. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. And the affirmation for this one is... Wayne, you crack me up. Oh, man. Okay, so I'm going to be serious. It's a great affirmation here. So... this will help you shift and release identities and forms that serve you no longer. All right, so Om Isis, Om Maha Isis. Isis of 10,000 nominations. Om Isis, Om Maha Isis. Isis of endless emanation. I live my true self in all its glory. I now release outdated story. I let go of who I used to be. I let go of my history. I step forward into a new me, blossoming beyond identity. I receive the name of my new self-born. I now let go of all that is outworn. Om Isis, Om Maha Isis. Isis of 10,000 names and more. Om Isis, Maha Isis. Bless me with self-knowledge pure. Yes, and so it is. That's a beautiful, beautiful affirmation. But yeah, tonight's a powerful night to do that, to do ceremony, to set the intention, what it is you want in your life, who you want to become, and just give to the fire any habit, anything that's holding you back from embodying that person, whoever that is you want to be. So it's a saw win. It's beautiful. The veil is thin. Invite your loved ones that have passed over. for wisdom, insight, and help on your path, the path home, which is your heart. The heart always knows the way. We just gotta silence ourselves, listen to it, and have the courage to actually follow it. Step outside all the identities, all the roles that we expect of ourselves, that others expect of ourselves, and change it up and follow your heart. Do what excites you. Now is the time, to really follow your heart and your truth. That's where you'll find your truth and why you came here. I strongly believe that we were all planted our seed of why we're here, and it's right here, and we tune into it through meditation, through journaling. Journaling is very powerful, especially right when you wake up. It's like output. Your subconscious, before your brain goes, your conscious mind takes a hold of things. The subconscious is still, recover. It's in the magical, the magical realm, where our conscious always has to know what's going on, always has to control. But right when we wake up, we're still in that magical moment, that magical space, and then our higher self, our spirit guides, whatever it is that resonates with you, can talk to us much easier. And that's where we find our guidance. So it's really a powerful time to journal, is right when you wake up and not look at your phone. So that's just what I wanted to share. Happy Halloween, happy Samhain, and I hope you have a lovely night. I'll be doing breath work tonight, or I'm in my breath work class. I'm almost done. November 5th is my last day, but after this I'll be able to lead groups. And basically it's breath. You tap into altered states of consciousness, and then we do some arts. And because through our mandalas is where our soul can give us information. So our pictures symbolize, it's like a self-portrait of us, right? And so the archetypes that we put on there are just in our own psyche. So our pictures and our mandalas through this art tells us so much about ourselves and what our higher self wants us to know on our journey, on this human journey that we chose to come into during this time. So it's really a beautiful thing. Breathwork is so powerful, and I cannot wait to share it with you. So have a beautiful evening. Again, happy Samhain, happy Halloween. Step into the new you. It's time to manifest. Light candles, make a little fire, release whatever it is that's not serving you, and be who you came here to be. So I will see you tomorrow, and again, enjoy your evening. From my heart to yours, I am Stacy. Hear me roar.